Hey Julian, it's BJ. Taking a look at some clips from your game back on May 11th. Few things to touch on here. The first one's actually that you should be more selfish in the fast break. You've got defense with their back turned to you as you're coming up fast down the court, and just gave it up kind of early, and then lost engagement in the play. So show you fast break here. Again, passed early, defense was still turned. So if I go back and roll it slow-mo, like looking at number 5 ahead of you, he is turned away from you, can't see you coming. Next defender across the paint is not in a position to really stop you. So I think accelerate downhill straight at the rim first, since you and your teammate you pass to are roughly even coming down the floor from what I can see. And then you'd be able to pitch it back, maybe kick it out, maybe just finish because of where the defense was all positioned. So again, I think rare opportunity for me to recommend more selfishness. Attack the rim hard until the defense stops you. There was really no reason to give it up here. And then the end of the play, separate decision. After you give it up, I'd really like to see you sprint to this corner and be the shooter in front of the driver's eyes. As he's going to finish, you want to be in his line of sight in the corner and be ready to shoot it if he needs to kick it out. Great drive and kick opposite. Again, kind of disengaged after your pass. You can see the kick again here. You're airborne, middle of the paint, like you're in the midst of 3 guys. So the decision to kick was great. But then after it, you got to assume that's going to be a shot. When you deliver a great pass, he's open. You need to be getting to position to rebound as soon as possible. So you kind of get caught standing, watching the ball drop opposite right into the opponent's hands. I think you could have been in that spot and grabbed that ball if you had been in the mindset of he's going to shoot it and I need to be primary rebounder weak side right now. I like the baseline cut here. Watched this with some of our other coaches, and Coach Jameson actually was talking about just the need to gather 2 feet. At first I thought, this should be a reverse layup, but I think what you recognize is this weak side defender is really coming hard. So he's probably going to get a block. Maybe would foul you if he went reverse. So I think staying near side of the rim was correct, but you ended up kind of awkward, goofy foot angle to get there. And I think just gathering here, if we look at how you're coming into it when you catch it, you're catching here and just going stride stop 1, 2, like you can on your right foot here square up on both feet and then jump like power layup. Just give you a little better control. You were really you were flying fast, and off the goofy foot with that angle was just difficult finish, which you made. So not a lot can be said wrong there, but 2 feet is better when you get into that scenario. Catch and shoot in transition, I thought pretty good setup overall. You were contested, probably could have had a drive just based on how the defense was scrambling to get there. Like you look at how far away this guy, like he is at the nail center of the free throw line when he recognizes you're catching it, and he's coming all the way across to get to you. So I think clear opportunity to drive here. Like you had a pretty good look when you caught it, but because of how far and fast he was coming, he really contested you hard. So seeing him come, maybe driving right, drive away from the pass, you might have engaged with the next big guy, but I think just lateral movement based on what I see from him, you probably could have got through him to the rim and finished. Or secondarily, you could have faked and sidestepped, or even shot faked and stayed and shot the 3 after the flyby from this guy that was pursuing you to contest. So really just decision making. Again, he's closing hard and late, so at the time you caught it, you were pretty open. By the time you shot it, he was there. Great drive here to the rim. We just needed the Euro step to get back to the left side. We got help coming from the right. We finished right-hand finger roll at the front of the rim and just bonked it off the rim. I love the change of speed here, like really showing what we've been working on off the dribble. You set this guy up, you got a lot of space from your team, you get a little ISO and speed up attack. First line of help is nowhere near stopping you. And I think right here from right foot to left, you just need to get outside to the left side of the rim, and either hand could have finished it. This guy coming last second, third line of defense, just enough to bother you, prevent you from wrapping around the right side of backboard, forced you to kind of finger roll the front rim and just clinked it off the rim. So because of where the help was, I think just left side of rim was all you needed. And this one, you did stay engaged, got your own rebound, and you're able to put it back up and in. Another catch kind of transition. I really wanted to cut here. Again, we were talking about this one with our coaching staff. A couple opinions said you should have potentially pump faked and kept it and just drove it. But seeing the shooter ahead of you in the corner with space and the defender closing, I think the decision to pass was great. But right after you pass, right here, right now, slash into the rim is really the best thing you could have done. Because both of these defenders have their heads staring at the ball right now. You have a clear paint lane to just run to the rim with nobody there to contest you. So again, opportunity to stay engaged and think of what's next off-ball movement here after the pass is made. You kind of stand, get it back, and then you end up driving. Get a pretty good look left side of rim. Pretty heavily contested if you count defenders. There's 2 at the edge of the paint, and there's 3 more in the paint. So you got 4 surrounding you as you're getting into the shot. And if you look, this guy is wide open. So taking a difficult left hand spin finish contested. I want you to just see this guy in the corner and be able to make that kick out. Whether he's a capable shooter or not, I don't know. But again, we're trying to elevate the decision making based on number of defenders, not even level of defenders that are capable of blocking you or stopping you, but making the decision based on positioning, preparing you for higher level play later on. Last one here is a pass to the post, and again, just staying engaged, kind of the theme here today. I wanted you to relocate off of this pass. So you hit the guy kind of deep, and he's almost in the dunker, like sitting on the baseline position. But after your pass, like we work on with our playmaker, your defender is clearly looking at the ball, and I just wanted you to sidestep, move your body 3 steps toward the corner. So if and when this guy gets stopped, set this up again. If and when this guy would get stopped baseline and need to pivot, you'd be behind him, open in that corner to be a shooter. But you fed him well. He had space and angle. He's able to get through and reverse and finish it. So I think, again, the theme overall here is that after you give it up as a point guard, you need to find ways to make yourself useful. In the fast break, even if you give it up early, relocate, be in the corner shooting spot where the driver can find you. After a post pass, cut or relocate. After a pass to the corner, cut the rim. All these things, rebounding after you make a kick. All these things are just the next layer after you've completed your job as a point guard of setting up a play for a teammate, anticipating what they're going to do with it, and making yourself useful. That's it. I'll see you on the court.